Hello, I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me today for my unboxing of the Occasions 2019 and Celebration brochure products. I've gotten some of my favorite products here to the side, and I'll show you a quick look at what my favorites are as well. If you have any questions about any of the items that I'm sharing, then please feel free to ask, and I'll offer whatever I can as far as answers go. But there's some really wonderful stuff, and I hope that you like what we've got to offer. So I'll give you a quick look of the outside of the catalog, and this is the Occasions Catalog. This is going to be eligible for ordering from customers on January the 3rd. If you are a demonstrator, then you can place a pre-order right now. And if you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, then this is the time to sign up and be able to get early access to all of the products that are in this catalog. And you can also do some pre-earning your celebration and earn some celebration products as well. And I've got some beautiful celebration stuff to show you, and we'll get to that. Let me get myself all set up here. I have an entire array of things to share with you. I'm going to flip the camera around so that you can have a really good look at what the products are and be able to zoom in on those. So let me flip the things around here and we will get started. And you'll probably hear my children in the background. I'm recording this video on a Saturday and my kids are home, and Nathaniel likes to play his cars and his trains, and he can get a little crazy with that. And Trip is watching Beauty and the Beast with Daddy, so of course that's interactive. He likes to play like he's the Beast. And so if you hear some chatter in the background, it's my kids. It's all good. All right, so let me switch that camera around and we will get started. I think the first thing I'd like to show you is the Beauty Abounds bundle. And this is a wonderful bundle, and this one is probably going to be one of the most popular in the new catalog as it comes out in January. The Beauty Abounds stamp set is really gorgeous. It's made from the new cling style stamp set, which means that it is red rubber mounted on foam, but it has the new stickers. So that will be interesting and fun to make sure that we can use this in the new style. This is a very large package of dies. It has 2 sheets. And the way that these work together is there are, of course, lots of duplicates, which are going to help with creating multiple stamped images and cutting them out at the same time. But there's also these 2 really large dies, just so you can get the scope of it. I'll show you that this is an entire die, as well as this. And when they're superimposed on top of one another, it's evident that one creates an outline and the other creates a more detailed look. They do work together or they work alone. It works out either way. But this is a really gorgeous, absolutely stunning bundle. But there are more butterflies that are part of a totally different bundle. This one is called Beauty Abounds. The other butterfly is Butterfly Gala, and it has this gorgeous butterfly punch. And there is an entire suite of things that go along with it. So we've got the Butterfly Gala stamp set, and this stamp is photopolymer to help you be able to line everything up while you're stamping. And I like how they have all of these images paired up so that we can stamp them and go right to the punch. We'll go straight into getting things cropped out. There's some really gorgeous and unusual sentiments and fonts here, which I like very much. I like the one that says, "You've been on my mind," because that's nice just to drop somebody a note. So these two items will come in a bundle together. And there is some really beautiful flax ribbon, and it's Whisper White. I'll give you a quick look at it. The new ribbon is always kind of tacked down. It looks a lot like the burlap ribbon that we have, but this one's white and it's really soft. So this is going to go perfectly with the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. And this paper is really nice. It's double-sided and it's 6 by 6. It comes in an array of colors. And there's a large and a small side. The small side and then the large design. Very, very nice. And we all love the adhesive back sequins, and there are some really pretty iridescent sequins that come along with this. And they already have a glue dot on the back, so we can take them straight to our project, which is always handy. One of the celebration items is going to be a set of wooden butterfly elements. That's what they're calling them. So you can order this as a level 1 celebration item, and it would be free with a $50 product purchase. It goes along perfectly with this set, but it also works very nicely for the Beauty Abounds. So you can have a wooden accent on either one of these bundles, which is really nice that there's a bit of a crossover. I have had a question on what if I don't like the look of the wood. Well, that's a wonderful point. And you can do things with these wood butterflies. They can be inked, they can be embossed. You could put your Versamark pad and then sprinkle on some embossing powder, and you can make them into metallic butterflies. There's lots and lots and lots of different ways to go about using these. And it's looks like there's quite a few down in here. I haven't opened them up yet. I want it to kind of keep it together. But this is the 2 different butterfly bundles, and there are going to be loads and loads of butterfly cards this season, I'm guessing. And I like the fact that we can use this paper with so many different other items as well. Another very popular bundle is going to be the Meant to Be bundle. What is really fun about this is not just the fact that it's Valentine's Day. You can use some of these sentiments any time of the year, but the framelits that come along as part of the bundle are really great. And there's another of the double sheet, so we've got quite a few here in this package. We've got some outstanding dies that are going to be really fun to work with. And this is very detailed. There is an edgelet that makes kind of like a stitched border. It reminds me a little bit of the look of Rick Rack. We've got some absolutely beautiful little cutouts here. There's just so much we can do with this. I can see creating tags for not Halloween, for Valentine's Day, as well as throughout the year. And I'm really excited to have these stitched. The Sweethearts and the Sassy Hearts is what my family calls them. We've got Sassy Hearts, which are the ones that are not typical, not as rounded. So we would call those the Sassy Hearts. And so we've got a nice variety of straight edge versus the stitched edge. And then we even have some with a stitched and a scalloped edge. Isn't that fun? So this is going to basically just cut out an outline. And then there also will be a die cut straight edged heart. There was a lot of thought that went into creating these because they'll give you several different elements that are totally different. I really like how they've thought it out. And these products, this particular is going to really, really go a very long way. So this one is called the Meant to Be bundle. And of course, all the bundles are going to be 10% off. Now this is part of a really large suite that has the same hearts theme and the love theme. So we've got Meant to Be is this part, these two do bundle together, but they also work really nicely with the Forever Lovely bundle. And Forever Lovely is going to be a photopolymer stamp set. It is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to get inking on some of these images. Here we have a two-step and probably even more than a two-step stamp. And once you have these items together, then this beautiful edgelet actually cuts it out. And there's another edgelet that removes it from the paper. Amazing. This is so, so cool. And I can't wait to start using this in all sorts of projects. This is for a corner piece. These two are corner pieces. They will end with some really pretty accents. And then we've got just some framelets and some thinlets. Really, really nice. I would not call this just a Valentine's Day suite at all, because there's one little tiny Happy Valentine's Day, but it's going to work so, so well with the Meant to Be bundle. So these two items are bundled together, and these two items are bundled together. So in this suite, there's two different bundles. And then we have the heart epoxy droplets that are going to work with either one of these as well. And All My Love ribbon combo pack. And this ribbon is really pretty. Sometimes I pass on the ribbon that's in a particular suite, but this time I couldn't do it. It looks like we've got no, this is Lovely Lipstick, and this one could be Calypso Coral. I'm not exactly sure, as it doesn't tell me, but I will check it out. But I did some research, and in some of the colors that are going to be featured in 2019 in the design world in general, this is not just about Stampin' Up. I don't have any inside information, but coral is supposed to be the #1 color of the 2019 calendar year, just as purple was a calendar for this particular 2018. Coral will take its place next year. So that's a little bit of a fun fact. And yes, I can't wait to use these two. They're going to be amazing. There is a package of designer series paper that comes along with it, and the name of it is All My Love Designer Series Paper. And it looks like Flirty Flamingo might actually be this color, because that's one of the colors that's on the back of this paper pack. So if you are new to the Stampin' Up world, then you might not know that Stampin' Up does all the coordinating of colors for us. It's not something that we have to try really hard to buy a packet of paper over at one place and then buy some pattern paper from another and then try to make it work with the ink pads that we have on hand. Well, that doesn't work out the same way in the Stampin' Up world, because Stampin' Up has done all of the color coordinating for us. And that's one of the things that attracted me the most about Stampin' Up when I was becoming a Stampin' Up demonstrator. This is a package of cardstock that Stampin' Up puts together, and they allow you to have 8 sheets of 3 different cardstock colors in one pack. Instead of buying 3 separate packs of cardstock that will match the designer paper and the ribbon, then they have offered a variety pack. So this is always a very good bargain. If you don't have a large supply of cardstocks in a big variety, then this is a very good way to help build up the colors that you have in your crafting supplies. So this would be called the All My Love cardstock pack. And I don't always get these cardstock packs, but this one is going to be used for Valentine's Day for me. And we send Valentine's Day to the school, and we send it to all the different therapists. We just have a lot of Valentine's Day. It's really big in my children's school, Valentine's Day is. So the fun paper pack here has some of the capabilities of being cut out with the framelits that are from both of the different bundles. So this pack of paper works with both of the bundles. Isn't that fun? And there's a variety of look here. We've got some really classic look, as well as bringing in, this is just absolutely gorgeous, as well as bringing in some of the really fun earth tones. And I like this one here as well. The depth of color that they've added into the paper pack really shows up in person. I'm not sure how well it shows on the camera, but it is really great. So this is the Valentine's Day offering, but it's not necessarily going to stop at Valentine's Day. So I would really encourage you guys that if you create for Valentine's Day, then this is going to be a really, really fun set to use. The Forever Lovely bundle, but the Meant to Be bundle is where you're going to get your stitched hearts. And we are really excited to be getting the heart dies back in. I know I'm really excited about it. Now I want to show you the needle and thread bundle. And there are some things that kind of go along with this as well. This is a really fun looking stamp set. And if you have anybody in your life that is a stitcher, whether it be needlepoint or crochet, then they're really going to appreciate all of the thought that is put into this really unique look. And I can already tell you that I'm going to be using my Stampin' Write markers to get some isolated colors on some of these items because they are absolutely gorgeous. I saw some information from Stampin' Up about the designer series paper is that they worked with a needle artist that actually created all the samples. So these are photographs taken from actual embroidery work. Isn't that the coolest? I really like how this came out. So here's a look at the paper, and it has the stitching, and this is actual photographs of actual stitching, and it carries through all of the different designs. And these, of course, are also color coordinated to be in Stampin' Up colors. Let me get that over here. There we go. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love how those reds just kind of come right off of the paper. The name of the paper pack is called Needlepoint Nook Designer Series Paper. The name of the bundle is Needle and Thread, and these are some wonderful framelits. It's just one sheet of framelits, but this actually cuts little tiny dots into the cardstock. And this image, this is a framelit that will cut out this long separated item here. And then there is a couple of sentiment holders that are stitched. And these are so cool. I just love these. They're going to come in really handy. And there's lots of sentiment holders. Here's another one here. And then we can do all sorts of things with these little stitch marks as well. They are separate. There's two separate bars here. And we can just run this on the edge on our Big Shot machine and move it around to the next spot. And before you know it, you've got a whole line of stitching. So speaking of stitching, there is some old olive linen thread that comes in the suite. I know there's some ribbon that came with it as well, but I did not get the ribbon because I felt I had enough colors to coordinate. But this linen thread is just amazing. And I'm going to be using it to actually do some stitching on cards. That's the first thing that comes to mind whenever I see this. When I first got a glimpse of these products, I thought, oh boy, yes, I'm gonna actually be threading this into a needle, and I'm gonna actually stitch this, and who knows what else. But it's going to be a lot of creativity that everybody's going to come up with some wonderful, fabulous ideas. And I can't wait to see how everybody uses it. So part of the suite is these needlepoint Nook mini buttons, and they really are mini. They are very tiny buttons. I'll put one on my hand and you can see that it really is small. They come in pink, white, and tan. And I like that they are low profile, so they're not going to add too much bulk onto your handmade papercraft products. Lots and lots of fun. And I'm very much a sucker for buttons. I don't want to lose any here, so I want to make sure I get that all closed up. But this is the needle and thread bundle, and these two items will come together in a bundle and they will be 10% off. That's going to be one of the really fun ones to watch out for. Here's another bundle, and this one is called Bloom by Bloom, and that's the name of the stamp set, and that will be the name of the bundle too, although there is a very large array of items that are offered with this bundle, or with the suite. Now one of them is the Bitty Blooms Punch Pack, and there are 4 teeny tiny finger punches, and I can take one of them out to show you. Once my kids get a hold of these, then they're going to be in love. They are so easy to punch. So if you have any kind of, I would say, challenges with using the larger punches, like sometimes I do. I have arthritis in my hands, and a lot of other places too, but particularly in my hands. And so the large punches I have a lot of trouble with. I have to put them down and then really push hard. But this type of punch is just right for me. And my kids love these things too, because they can sit down and they can punch out a bunch of items, and they're just happy as a clam. They absolutely love it. But I like the stamp set the most. And the stamp set is going to come in really handy on making not just a quick card, but making a lot of technique cards as well. I can't wait to start doing techniques with this. In fact, whenever I think about this stamp set, then my mind is taken away from Christmas and winter cards, and I am focused more on building up some techniques for floral cards for spring. That's how much I like this stamp set. But it's not my favorite. We'll be getting to my favorite. But this one is a lot of fun. There's also a package of paper that goes along with it. It's called Happiness Blooms Designer Series Paper Pack. And this is a very vibrant set of images. So you can see that the greens are way out there. And we've got so many different ones to choose from. This will also work really nicely with the daisy punch. You could add something and it would match. It's the first thing that I saw there. And look at this. This is so vibrant. I bet I could do something with Christmas with that as well. And we have some really pretty colors. And when I was at Onstage, I heard that this package of paper is inspired by Scandinavian design. So I'm going to be doing some research on what that Scandinavian design actually would be, like what kind of applications to use it. Oh, isn't this so pretty? I just love this. And then kind of come up with some fun ideas. But I like to stay in my clean and simple comfort zone, so I think this is going to be a challenge for me to use this very bold and bright paper in my clean and simple style. But I have no doubt I can try to pull it off. I'll do my best to see what I can do. But this is Bloom by Bloom, and when you purchase the bundle, it's these two items together that will be 10% off. Here's one of my favorites. This is not the favorite, it's one of them. And this is the Climbing Roses bundle. These images are so pretty and just screaming and waiting to be colored. This reminds me a lot of some of the florals that we already have, but it's really so much different. And the dies that come along with it are really, really, really spectacular. So let's look at the stamp set first. It's going to be a cling stamp set with the new type of stickers. And then we have something that is going to be worked into the background here. We have a hope you're doing well, which could be a get well soon sentiment. We have thinking of you, thank you, so proud of you. So we've got like already 4 or 5 different occasions covered with just this one stamp set. And the dies, I really am looking forward to using. Check this very large die out. Isn't that something? It's going to be perfect to maybe use not just with this stamp set, but you can combine with others. So imagine this as a trellis, and then you've got a few flowers that you're going to dot here and there, and then put a sentiment across it, and it will be just out of this world. This is going to be so fun to create with. And then we've got lots of sentiment holders in all of the bundles. This one in particular really strikes me and gets my curiosity rolling because I love these tiny little dots that are going to be cut into the sentiment. And I'm thinking about all the other stamp sets that I have in my stash that I can actually use with this. I can see die cutting a whole pile of these and just keeping them on hand to toss into a card. And that's what really strikes me the most about this bundle, is that the items that they've included are crossover. I can see them going in lots of different directions. So there's a large die that will cut out this very large image here. And then this is a thinlet that's going to cut out just like an outline of all of the lines you see, really tiny, thin, connected lines to form the rose and the leaves. And this is going to be absolutely stunning. This is something that you can just tuck into, like, and create a layer for a project that will work out really well. And this type of die, I also, there's some that are like this in the Cake Soiree bundle. But this is something that I like to just hang on the edge of like a gift tag, a gift bag, and it kind of does all the work by itself. There's no need to work too hard to make it fit into a project. And so Climbing Roses is going to be one to watch out for. There's not a lot of people that I see talking about this one. However, I think Climbing Roses is going to really be a showstopper. And here's a secret, nobody knows this yet, but I'm going to be doing a class the day before Atlantic City on stage in April, and I think we might see some Climbing Roses in that class. It's going to be a lot of fun. So one of my favorite things, in fact, it's my favorite tool out of everything I've seen in the catalog, are the rectangle stitched framelits. I tell you what, I got these in yesterday or day before, I can't remember, but I took them out first. I searched in this box and I dug them out, and I actually did a happy dance because I'm so excited to have any rectangle dies. We have our circle dies and our oval dies and our square dies, but I've been asking for years for the rectangle dies, and here they are. I'm so excited to have them. And they do work in part of a bundle. So there's the stamp set doesn't really look like it coordinates so much with what this particular product is, but it's sold together in a bundle. And I like the fact that these large sentiments will fit perfectly into the size that they've created. And if you can't tell, I'll take one off. These are double stitched. You guys remember the double stitched dies that we had with, was it Blended Seasons? these are double stitched as well. So when you cut them out of a piece of paper, the die that removes from the paper, which is the positive space, is going to have a stitched edge. But the paper you leave behind will also have a stitched edge. So they have double work that they'll do for you. So many ways to use these dies. I'm so excited. I'm just really, really excited. And this stamp set is really a lot of fun too. I think that it will go a long way for lots of different occasions. So if you're interested in getting a discount on this particular set of dies, then you do get 10% off the bundle. You'll need to look for them in the Occasions catalog because they're kind of put into a little bit of a corner, and they are part of a bundle. And I'm so excited to have them in here, guys. Oh, I can't wait to show you some projects created with these. They're just absolutely wonderful. And here's a look at a couple of single stamp sets that are not part of a bundle or that I don't have the other half to make it a bundle. I don't think this is going to be part of a bundle. This is a stamp set called Stamping Your Way to the Top. It's a cling stamp set, and I received this at Center Stage in Orlando. I'm not sure exactly when this will be offered, and I haven't seen it in the Occasions catalog, but if memory serves me right, this stamp set is going to be something that only demonstrators can purchase. I don't take my word for it right now. I'm just kind of working off of memory. But this is something that's going to be a lot of fun for supporting our team members, or for new recruits, or for sending out just all occasion cards. I like the fact that I can put anything together with these really fun, little amazing fonts. They're so nice. I can stamp this on the back of an envelope and it's just going to look way cool. I'm really, really, really excited about using this one. Humming Along is part of a bundle, although I don't have the framelits for it yet. This is part of the Humming Along bundle, so if you like this look, then be sure to get the bundle that has the framelits together. Now the framelits are also kind of like the quatrefoil that we had with the Climbing Roses. This is going to have some individual unique framelits as well. I like the open lines that will allow us to be able to color in. This is a cling stamp set, so you know you're going to use this new style of stickers. And I've already started doing some coloring work with this. This is really, really fun. And another one is going to be Incredible Like You. I think this goes with a kit that is in the Occasions catalog, and it's going to be a double stamp process. So it will be two-step stamping. And these sentiments are really big. Let's take a look. So they're really big, and they can be featured on those brand new stitched rectangles. So keep that in mind. There's going to be lots of ways to use this. This has almost like a watercolory look. So one of the things that first comes to mind when I see this is that I can do some stamping, either by adding the first layer or leaving off the first layer and just use this particular image, stamp it onto watercolor paper, and then use my aqua painter to go over and just bring the color up. And it's going to give me that shaded look that we all look for in watercolor, and it's going to do the work for us. So that's something that's going to be a lot of fun. So this will be able to be used in non-traditional ways too. Lots of techniques I see being used with this particular stamp set. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, now we've come to my favorite one. This is my favorite bundle in the catalog, and it's called Wonderful Romance. And it's no surprise that it has beautiful images that are just begging to be colored. And I can't wait to see what everybody does with this. But I really, really, really like the fonts that are in here. You are the best thing I never knew I needed. Isn't that just absolutely wonderful? What occasions can we use this for? Everything. I think Valentine's Day, birthdays, thinking of you, anything will work with that. It's perfect. This is another clean stamp set, and so that's going to be the news stickers. Be sure to look for this little atmosphere here. So a lot of my different projects, they are created by taking a marker and doing some flicking. And I'll give you like a little example. It could be a marker or an aqua painter. And we take the cap off and we just kind of do some flicking, right? You guys might be familiar with the paint splatters or the flicking technique. Well, here are some little flick marks that we can just stamp on right on the paper. We don't have to do any splattering. It's already there. It's just waiting. It's waiting to happen. I am so excited to be using this. And it's part of a suite. And the suite is beautiful too. The framelits are called Wonderful Floral Framelits. And check out, we've got some framelits and we have some thinlits. And this would be a thinlit here. And then we have these absolutely gorgeous cut and emboss. These are like the double duty type of dies. So there's a way that you can use the embossing mats and the Big Shot to be able to emboss and cut an image at the same time. And this type of die is what's going to make that happen. This is also the same, and this is the same. So this is not just going to be something that cuts out the framelit of a leaf. It's going to leave an impression of all these tiny little details as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. And these are too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Amazing. Now we've got also this really pretty framelit here and a couple of little flower framelits. But check out this edgelet. And I'm noticing a trend with this particular catalog that Stampin' Up is giving a bigger variety of types of dies in each die set that goes in a bundle. So we've got an edgelet, we've got framelits, we've got thinlits, and we've got a sentiment holder. So do you guys see a trend that we have coming around? I really do. I'm seeing it with a lot of the different sets. And this is going to be oh so much fun. This is going to be another just a sentiment holder. It will hold this one and it looks like it'll hold this one. But this is going to go on one of those amazing stitched rectangles. I'm sure of it. And I love this. I love the look of it. It has a very clean, fresh look. But this edgelet, look at it. This is really going to be fun to create with. I think we can all come up with some wonderful ideas here. The first thing that comes to mind is cutting this out and then using Stampin' Blends alcohol markers to just give a touch of color on the white cardstock and kind of bring the color into the leaf vine, but leaving everything else alone. That's the first thing that comes to mind. And the reason why I am kind of going into detail about what my ideas are is that I've recently, actually yesterday, I had someone contact me and ask me if I would give a little bit more of when I see a new product, what is the inspiration that I feel to create based on what my first impression is with a new product. So I think that when we have new products, then sometimes it's a little overwhelming to think of where do we start. So where I start is the ideas that I have with a particular project. And when I see a product, then immediately it sparks something inside my creativity to think, this is what I want to try first and see how this looks. Like, for example, this image here of the leaves, this little branch, I can see watercoloring this. I can see, embossing it and then letting all of the paint just kind of settle down into and around those embossed lines. It's going to be so much easier to do this than, or maybe, you know, a loose watercolor look. But regardless, it will be beautiful. Now, since this is part of a suite, then we have some amazing things that are going to come with it. The frosted flower embellishments have a adhesive back, and they're going to be easy to just take your pick tool or whatever you use to remove sequins and pick it up and put it straight down on a project. And how about the seals, guys? We've got the letter seals. This is the closest thing to like a wax seal. And when I first saw them, I thought, I need to order like 55 packs of these so that I can put a seal on the back of every single one of my envelopes. And then I thought, well, I still need 55 packs. But I'm thinking I can use these on the card front, that they are really, really going to come in and be an integral part of a design. I can see that. I can see that happening. There is a package of specialty designer series paper that comes in this. And again, this is my favorite. I can't wait to start creating with this. It'll probably be one of the first things that I create with. Floral Romance specialty designer series paper. And the specialty part is vellum. I was a little confused by this at first because it wasn't very obvious what the vellum was and was not. And the way they've set up the patterns in this paper pack is a little bit different as well. So what we have are, instead of 2 designs, we have 3 pieces of several different designs. So what I meant to say was, instead of 2 pieces of 6 designs, we have 3 pieces of 4 designs. I think that's what the math is going to be, but we'll check that out. So this is what the one looks like, and oh, isn't this gorgeous? So gorgeous. There's lots of different things that we can do with that. But this is a piece of vellum. You can see my hand through it, and we have 3 of these. So instead of having 2 of them, we have 3. Which is very well thought out on Stampin' Up's part, because sometimes 2 sheets in a paper pack are not really enough. 3 will get us a little bit further. So this is a very, very beautiful vellum pack. You can see here. And then we have more of the wood grain. And I think this is definitely something that Stampin' Up is including for us in paper packs because we use it so much. This is a very subtle looking wood piece, and it's paired together with a really vibrant, striking vine design. So it just works out so well. That's a comparison there. And then we have, it is 4 designs after all. Hey, my math was right. Now this is a piece of lace looking vellum. So we have 2 different patterns of vellum, and it will be a total of 6 pages of vellum in the paper pack. So half of the paper that's in this paper pack is vellum. So these are vellum and these are not vellum. And so this is what makes it the specialty designer series paper. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Some absolutely beautiful stuff are going to be happening with these products. So this one would be my favorite. This is the one that you're probably going to see a lot come out first. And I'm not sure if these were meant to go exactly with any one particular bundle or suite, but we have some new colors of Stampin' Blends markers. This is Balmy Blue, and then we have Mossy Meadow. And I did see some tones of Mossy Meadow in that last paper pack, and I think the Balmy Blue just kind of pairs with it so nicely. And I am really excited to have more Stampin' Blends colors. Anything that's more of coloring, you know, it's going to be well received, and I'm really excited to use it. So we've got quite a few other things in the catalog that I haven't shared. And I didn't get my hands on everything because it's a little bit overwhelming for me to see all of the new products and then have ideas. And if I have too much to work with, then I kind of lose those ideas. And so I make sure that I work with a certain group of products and that I want to try to do justice to those products and really work them well. And then as the next quarter starts, then I'll get a little bit more into a little something else. But this is a really pretty stamp set. It's another one of the red rubber, and it's the cling style labels. And it coordinates with a celebration item. So if you are new to the celebration campaign, then what that means is during the months of January through March, every year, Stampin' Up! Offers a new catalog that's called the Occasions Catalog, and sometimes people call it the Mini Catalog. And to go with it, there is a brochure of items that you can earn for free. Now, the way you earn them is that you qualify your purchase, which means that if you have a certain amount dollars, or if you're in another country, then it would be a certain CSV amount. And with this, when you reach a certain threshold, and we'll say that level 1 threshold is $50 US, then you earn one level 1 celebration item. I can't show you the inside of the celebration brochure right now, but if you're going to be getting your hands on one soon, then you'll be able to look inside and see what the product offerings are. So for every $50 in product that you put in your online shopping cart, then you get to make a choice of a level 1 item for every $50. But there are also some level 2 items in the celebration brochure as well. And a level 2 would mean a $100 product total. So for example, if you have $50 that, let's say your order before shipping and handling and taxes came to $51, then you would be able to get a level 1 item. And if your order came to $101, you could choose 2 level 1s or 1 level 2. Then this is an example of a level 2 item. These are the Tea Time framelits dies, and they match perfectly with the Tea Together stamp set. This is another one of my favorites because I like anything that says Happy Mother's Day. We can send Mother's Day cards to not just our own moms or remember that the moms that we had, but to all of our friends or any mentors, any people that are special in our life. I think personally Mother's Day is a time to show your appreciation to someone who means a lot to you in your life. Same thing with Father's Day. It doesn't have to be your dad. It can be someone that means a lot to you and you can show your appreciation to them. And these framelits do cut the images out. And this is a pretty big framelit here. Look how big this teapot is. Isn't that cool? I really like it. It's just a single sheet here, but these items are really, really going to be fun. I can see adding all sorts of textures to this particular image here. You know, teapots are something that are very expressive, and you can kind of really, you can let your teapot shine by adding all sorts of patterns, or you could add these little images onto the teapot, or you could really go big and do stripes, do watercoloring. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think that this set of framelits that goes with it is genius. I absolutely love it. So you can pair any of the items that you have working with the other bundles, such as the ribbon, or imagine those little tiny flower sequins. We could put the little tiny flower sequins as a decoration on the teapot or on the teacup. And ribbon, it can just there's so much going on with this. So this is another one that I'm really looking forward to using. I would say it's on my favorites list. And we know that it's not my number 1 favorite, but this could very well be my number 2 favorite. out of all of the offerings that I've chosen this time around. There's a piece of, or a package of designer series paper. I didn't get the products that go with it because in all honesty, they just didn't speak to me. I didn't feel a connection with it, and that doesn't mean that it's not going to be wonderful and that people other than myself are going to make absolutely wonderful projects with it, because I think they will. I do like the paper, but the product just didn't talk to me. So it may whisper in my ear at a later date. That definitely is a possibility. But as for right now, I've gotten my hands on the paper. Now, there's a very large die that looks just like these gears. And I think that's something that's going to really appear in a lot of projects. But if this is something that is, like a Father's Day that speaks to you, or if you have some guys or some girls that are very much into the classic cars and maybe being a mechanic or this, wow, what was that? Something just fell off my wall. Sorry about that. This one looks really cool too. Look at that. But the stamp set and the dies were just not really, I was not digging them so much. But I really like the paper. So that's cool. Very nice. So the paper is really well done. So I'll be making some projects with the Classic Garage 6x6 Designer Series paper. Another Celebration offer, and this is not Celebration, by the way. This is just regular catalog. But another one of the Celebration offerings, and this is at the level 1, is this absolutely stunning package of paper, and it's called Botanical Butterfly DSP. It works so well with the other 2 butterfly bundles that we've got. It just works perfectly, and it will be perfect for lots of other crossover products as well. And it's free with a $50 purchase. Look at this, guys. It's so pretty. So obviously, if you haven't noticed the trend, one side of the paper is black and white, and the other side of the paper is loaded with vibrant color. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm seeing this one around all over the place already, and it's going to be very versatile. I think it's great when they offer a sort of a variety like this. And I like to use paper like this on the inside of my envelope as an envelope liner. Do you guys make envelope liners for your mail? And look at this, so pretty. I'm thinking that this might work with the butterfly punch, but I'll have to actually try it out to see if it works or not. I'm not sure. But it will be fun figuring it out. Now, as we do more Celebration stuff, then I have 2 stamp sets that are Celebration. These are directly from the Celebration brochure, which is why I say they are Celebration. When the stamp sets that are in that brochure, you have to earn them. I want it to be really clear. I know it's not easy for me to get my words out sometimes, but these are not something that you can order and pay for. These are stamp sets that you can only earn by your qualified purchase. So if you have a purchase that's whatever level that these items are, then you will be able to get it for free. You can't buy it. You can only get it for free. So if you have any questions about that, then please feel free to contact me and I'll clarify it a little better than what my words are. But these are 2 very pretty stamp sets. This is Lovely Lattice, and it's a cling stamp, so we've got the new stickers on here. And this is going to be so pretty to do some coloring on. Absolutely pretty. Or if you are into just stamping and going, then this will be really nice to stamp as a tone-on-tone and just do a quick note card. I really think this is going to be a lot of fun. It reminds me of the basket stamp set that we had last year, the basket of flowers. This reminds me a lot of that, and it would look really pretty with the basket weave embossing folder. Lasting Lily is got a really unique look. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and there are a lot of images in this pack. It has a really distinctive look, and it has so many fonts, so many beautiful sentiments here. I think this is a little bit more geared to sympathy cards, but we've got something here that says I adore you, so that would be more of just an all occasion. But we've got with sympathy, our thoughts are with you, and then this gorgeous lily. This is going to be perfect for those that have challenges with making sympathy cards. This will work perfectly. And it's not too feminine and it's not too masculine. It's just right. I can see stamping this in a very light tone color, maybe in a gray or maybe a yellow, and then using my Stampin' Blends markers to make the lily actually be other colors and graduate the color. I can see this happening very easily. I like Lasting Lily very much, and I think it's going to make an appearance all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun to create with. If you haven't yet gotten a Stamparatus bag, then this little jewel is so well made that I just got to tell you guys, I'm in love with this bag. It has a magnetic clasp on the front pocket, and inside, and this is canvas. I'm not sure if it's officially canvas or there's another type of material that they call duck cloth, but I don't know the difference between the two. So I can't say, but this is a very, very well-made bag. There are spaces to create with two different pockets that are on the one side, and these are the accessories. This is part of the accessories that come with a Stamparatus, that if you like the accessory pack. This is the mini grid paper, and it works perfectly, and it fits up into the corner of your Stamparatus. There's a place for me to put the opposite plate, and then there is an elastic clasp. You can see how elasticated it is. And the Stamparatus just fits right in there. And this side has padding. These sides do not. So the padding is kind of giving me a little bit of a guidance, thinking that the Stamparatus being heavier is going to go in here. And I, of course, know that whenever I open up the bag, my Stamparatus will not fall out. So that's why I'm thinking that it probably was meant to go over here. And I'm just guessing. I wasn't told. I'm just saying this is how I would use it. And it comes with a shoulder strap that attaches to each side of the bag and then is held in that manner. So it's easy to be able to carry around wherever it is that you do your stamping. If you go to a crop or if you go to a class or workshop, then this is going to be easy to be carried around. And it coordinates perfectly with the new tote bag. And the new tote bag is right now on order for demonstrators, but as soon as they reach their recommended amount, then it's going to be only new demonstrators that can get their hands on this tote bag. And I did a recent video this week where we had a look at the tote bag and put it together, and it is so well made, guys. You're gonna love it. If you want this bag, then I urge you to order it now if you're a demonstrator, because this bag is going to not be around. Once the first of the year comes around, then it's only available to new demonstrators. So if you wanted to sign up as a demonstrator and get the starter kit, then you'll be able to get a hold of this bag. But if you're currently a demonstrator right now, you will only be able to get them while supplies last, and that is for a limited time. Isn't this so pretty? I think this is just a gorgeous little tag. I wish it opened up though, so that I could write something on the inside, like maybe, you know, who the bag belongs to. But I think it's just for decoration. We put it on this side, and that way, all of the pretty coloring would show up on it. But that is a wonderful bag, and I urge you so strongly that if you want to get this bag, then please don't wait. Don't wait to order it. If you're a demonstrator now, order the bag. They're going to run out. They have run out in other countries. And if you want to be sure to get one of these bags in your starter kit, then as soon as January 3rd comes around, be ready. Be ready to place your starter kit order, and that way you'll make sure to get one, because I'm just on the leery side that it could very well not be around. Once they run out, they will be run out. So I'm going to flip the camera back around and tell you all thank you so much for sticking with me for this long video. I really like creating with new products, and I like giving ideas to you all to be able to come up with something on your own. I will be doing lots of online classes for the new products that are coming up. In fact, I've already done one for Beauty Abounds. It hasn't published yet. We're going to come out with it in the next couple of days, but it's really going to be a lot of fun. And there's so many ways to use those new products. So if you're still working on Christmas cards, you're not alone. I am still creating Christmas cards as well. My husband has put in an order for me to, like as if it's a real order. It's just a request, right? But he needs a ton of them. We always send Christmas cards to the shut-ins at our church, and then we send a Christmas card out to both sides of the family. And I've got a pretty big stockpile of Christmas cards so far, but I don't have enough. So I think I'm going to be getting my Stamparatus working and really get to stamping and get some more Christmas cards pounded out. But anyways, while we're making Christmas cards, we're thinking about spring and thinking about all these new products. So if you are new to the Stampin' Up world and you'd like to get more information, then I'm here to help you. You can contact me at my blog at www.jennystampsup.com. And when you're there, there's lots of different ways to either follow me or contact me, or you can just email me directly. My email address is jennyhalldesign. No, it's not. That's my blog. My email is jennystampsup@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, and there's lots of different ways that you can follow the projects that I create. Most of the things that I create are free classes, and so if you are interested in any of the free tutorials that I have offered, then visit my YouTube page, or you can go to my blog and get lots of information there. I also have lots of online classes that are available to be earned or available for purchase. So if that's your fancy, then pop over there to jennyhalldesign.com and you can get a hold of some of the tutorials that I've created. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about anything that I have shown, then just leave me a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. There's lots of goodies and wonderful stuff that is coming out in the Occasions and Celebration catalogs. The catalogs are effective January 3rd, but I'm going to be sending my catalogs out in the next week or two, probably about a week and a half. If you do not already work with a demonstrator and you would like to get a catalog, then contact me at one of the ways that I've mentioned and I'll be sure to get you a catalog. In my catalogs, there's always a big bunch of goodies, so if you are already working with a demonstrator, then I urge you to stay with your demonstrator and let them know you want a catalog. But if you're new to the Stampin' Up world, or if you're looking for a demonstrator, then I'd be happy to work with you. So just give me a contact and we'll get you all set up. Thank you all so much for spending part of your weekend here with me, and I hope that you have a wonderful time and a continued season of blessed greetings. And if I don't see you before it happens, then Merry Christmas to everybody. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.